Welcome back, everyone, to the Pgk.railway. I just got all of this at a flea market. This is why I cannot be left unattended at flea markets. Yeah, guys, all this came home with me. Today's video is we're going to be just going through this stuff, and I'm going to show you guys what all I picked up at a random flea market last second, because Marketplace was like, hey, you got a new suggested listing near you. Saw that it was trains, checked it out, and I was just like, oh, yep, I'm going. So, yeah, we're going to go all through this stuff. I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get right into it. All right, so we're going to get this video started. We're going to leave these few boxes for last, but we're going to start this off with what I got the second day. So the first day I went there, the guy was cutting crazy good deals. I got there right as he was still setting up. It was somebody who bought an estate who was just trying to get rid of the stuff. He used to have an actual storefront, and he's just trying to move product, you know? So it was one of those, I went there, I got there when he was setting up. Caught me some great deals. We're going to ignore day one for right now. We're going to do this backwards. We're going to start with day two because day one has something crazy in it. So make sure you guys stay to the very end of this video. Day one, I got something that is absolutely game-changing and mind-blowing for the Pgk.railway. No one would have ever thought this would have happened within 1,000 years. I mean, it probably would have. But it's not something I would have normally picked up. But yeah, just stay tuned for that. So first up, what did we get on day number two? Well, after going on day one and coming back with a few different things, I went back again because there was a few more things that caught my eye. I might go back to this flea market again this weekend. I don't know. Tossing it around. He's still got some good stuff there. But this was a flea market up in Pace, Florida. Good stuff, dude. Like, whoo! So I went back again, and one of the things that I was eyeballing was some Williams stuff. If you guys know me, I don't really have any Williams in the collection. So I ended up walking out, day number two, all of this. What exactly is this, you may be asking? Well, let me show you. This is a full set. This is a full Amtrak Amfleet set. Discard the prices on the boxes. That is not what I ended up paying for these. Obviously, good old Williams box. So what did I get? Now, I'm not the biggest Amtrak guy, but I do like their Genesis locomotives, and this is what we have. Nice little Williams Amtrak engine. It says with horn, but it does have full diesel sounds and a bell in it. Not really too sure what that's about. But yeah, we got ourselves an Amtrak Genesis. I know, something different than Seaboard. That's crazy for the Pgk. Now, this engine, for whatever reason, really likes to fight coming out of its box. There we go. Nice Williams Amtrak Genesis, absolutely beautiful. Pretty much everything that I bought from this guy was brand new or barely test run at that. So this Genesis, he said he had tested it, worked good. Got home, threw it on the layout, works really, really good. Sounds actually not bad. Some of the biggest things holding me back from Williams is their sound set, just not really my cup of tea. But yeah, we got an Amtrak Genesis. Very, very nice looking locomotive. Definitely happy about that to finally have some Amtrak in the collection. And these four things right here, these are Amtrak Amfleet cars that went with this engine. We have 4 cars here. Now, as another thing you might notice, these are all still sealed in their original packaging. I still haven't opened these yet. Not sure I'm going to, but I probably will because, you know, I kind of need Amtrak cars to go with the Amtrak engine. So these are some good old Amfleets. I know Amtrak Amfleets are pretty much fully phased out, if not, or getting close to, if not fully phased out by Amtrak. These are cool looking cars. This one, the cellophane was kind of falling apart on it, so I did open one, so I will show you guys this car. These are some cool looking cars. I did not know that Williams made these. Oh, there goes the warranty card. But these are some super cool looking cars. Definitely not something I would have ever thought would join the collection, but honestly, with the price that I paid for all of this stuff combined, I'm not going to say no. I still kind of feel like I robbed the man for what he was selling some of this stuff for, but he assured me that he was just trying to get rid of it and still cut me better deals than what he was asking. This is an Amfleet car by Williams. This is coach number 882. This is definitely an awesome looking car. Extruded aluminum. First time having anything aluminum in the collection. Yeah, brand new cars. They still got the zip ties around the trucks, and there is absolutely zero runtime on all 4 of these. Well, obviously, they're still sealed in the cellophane. That was day number 2. So we got 4 of these cars, and we got an Amtrak Genesis. So we got ourselves a full, nice little Amtrak set. I'm going to move some of these boxes to the side. But yes, that was day number 2. And to say day number 2 was quote-unquote lackluster compared to day number 1, I feel like would definitely be an understatement. Yeah. What are your guys' opinions on the Williams stuff? Because this is my first Williams set that I own, that I've ever owned, and I'm impressed, to say the least. I'm very impressed. I'm going to have to definitely keep an eye out at the Williams stuff. I've kind of always just avoided it. We're saving this for last. I'm just going to move that. Yeah, I guess we'll do the Weaver next. So this is also my first ever Weaver engine. This is a Weaver Ultraline GP38-2. I've been looking at getting a GP38-2 for a while. Not too sure what I'm going to do with this one. I'm trying to figure out where I should put these boxes. We'll set that right there. Oh boy, we got our paperwork and our warranty card. Very, very important. And voila, the big reveal. I'm going to try to see if I can do this way. Get that nice top piece of foam off. There you have it. This is a chassis system GP38 with QSI, not necessarily Proto 1, but QSI. This engine I fully had to tear through and go through because all the truck side frames were broken, so I had to kind of glue those in place because they're plastic and very, very brittle. This one's acting a little funky on me. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I'm going to try to troubleshoot it as best as I can to see if I can get this thing fully operational again, but chassis system GP38-2, I would consider that a big win. This engine is gorgeous. I love this. Definitely keeping an eye out for the Weaver stuff because I like the QSI sounds. Like, that's a very nostalgic sound growing up watching a lot of TM books and videos, DVDs. So, chassis system GP38-2 by Weaver, another manufacturer that I don't have anything from. So, Genesis, Amfleets, and a chassis system GP38-2. I love that thing. That thing is pretty. All right, we got another Williams. Williams 482 Pacific. Not just any 482 Pacific, a brass one. This is another thing that I've never owned before. A brass locomotive. So this is a brass steam engine. Now, it says Reading on the box, but it is not Reading. I was talking to one of my buddies who does custom paint. I've asked him, I've always asked him about, how brass works with getting repainted. And he said, too complex for him, he'd never attempt it. Well, come to find out, this Williams Pacific is not even lettered for Reading. Yeah. So let me pull this out of here. Because it's supposed to be Reading number 175. Don't know of any significance with that, but it was just one of those oh, if it's a brass Pacific, you know what? I might as well get it. And then I looked at the road name and I was like, oh, that's a lot more appealing. So there's smoke fluid all over this. This does have a soothe unit, so that's why. Because if you tilt an engine with a soothe unit on its side, smoke fluid will go everywhere. But yeah, this is a brass Williams Pacific. This engine is absolutely gorgeous. He said it was just test run just to make sure that it worked. There is a little bit of separation on that rear trailing truck. Not too bad. I mean, that's probably an easy, put some pressure on it, a little bit of JB Weld just to hold it. This engine runs like a watch. I will tell you that right now. This engine is awesome. Smokes great, runs like a watch. I'm not a big soothe fan, but the unit in this one is definitely really, really good and puts a lot of smoke out. But you will see it is cab number 5200. Cab number 5200 may not seem like anything important to you, which I'll show you. I'll show you what the significance of 5200 is on the tender. Try to get that out of the way. 5200 is the class unit for the B&L Pacifics. So somebody took this brass engine, repainted it, which I've heard brass is not easy to repaint, re-decaled it to the point where I didn't even realize, I didn't really pay too much attention to the box. I just saw Pacific and opened it. I didn't realize that this had been redone, but it has. It's been fully re-decaled, repainted. And boy, whoever did this did one heck of a paint job and decal job because it is very hard to tell that there is decals on this. This engine and tender are absolutely beautiful. I'll give you guys another good look at it. It's striking. I love this. Brass engines I've always kind of stayed away from because I always thought, oh, it's brass. You tip it over or you get in some sort of wreck, you're done. Dude, this thing runs like a watch. I love this. there will definitely be more of these. I got to figure out if it's possible to upgrade these to TMCC or DCS if it's possible. But yeah, I love this engine. This thing, whoo, gorgeous. All right, so this is definitely, I guess you could say, the big daddy of the flea market. This is the one that when I walked up and I was looking at his flea market, I saw a Lionel box. I know I'm more of an MTH guy, preferably with DCS, but I was sitting there and I was looking at it, and all of a sudden I saw AC 6000. Okay, I've been looking at wide cabs. I won't lie. I know that might be a sin because I know there's a lot of people that are not the biggest fan of the wide cabs, but I saw AC 6000. I said, okay, let's look at it. And then I was looking at the box a little bit closer, and I saw CSX Baltimore and Ohio AC 6000. And I was just like, whoa, 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 whoa. There's no way this is what I think it is. Well, I'm not going to spoil it too much. I'll just open it and show you guys. This thing, when I say this is single-handedly the prettiest engine in my collection, I mean it. Like, I full-heartedly mean it. Now, this does set another milestone for the collection. Something revolutionary, in the words of a lot of people. Orange box goodness. I like purple box a little bit better, and blue box, but I do have some orange box goodness. Now, as you will see, this is the B&O AC 6000 Fantasy Heritage unit that Lionel did in 2011. This engine in the catalog, I remember having this catalog when I was younger. I thought it was pretty, but it's one of those 3D renderings make it really hard to tell what you're going to get. I'm not even going to ramble. I'm just going to pull this out and show you guys. This thing is absolutely beautiful. Come on. Come on. It's also absolutely ginormous, if you couldn't tell. Let me get that styrofoam out of here. But yeah, this was definitely there's no way I actually just saw this thing at a flea market for the price that they had it. Let me get this out of here. Put up all that rep and supply. Now, I will just say, brace yourselves, everyone. Brace yourselves, because this engine is unbelievably gorgeous. Now, yes, I don't have a full legacy setup, but I do have a TMCC brick for the time being that I can tie into my TIU, so I can technically run this with all of, or maybe not all of its features, but I can still run it with a remote, so I don't have to run it conventionally. But yeah, just prepare yourself. This thing is an absolute piece of art, to say the least, which is funny because Lionel's paint department doesn't really have the best reputation, especially recently. This thing, whoo! This is the Lionel Legacy Baltimore and Ohio AC 6000. This is single-handedly the most beautiful diesel engine I have ever laid eyes upon. And it's a wide cab. So this got the, I've been looking for a wide cab for quite some time, and I've wanted to fool around with Legacy. So this is the best of both worlds. This engine, it is jaw-dropping. From the red, white, and blue along the fuel tank, the big flag on the side of it, just the colors with that, I don't know how the camera's going to pick it up. It's got a nice gloss finish to it. Like, it's not over-the-top glossy, not toy-like with the recent Restoration 1218s. But this is that nice level of gloss that it looks like it just rolled out of the paint shops. This engine is, oh, I love this thing. The paint scheme is to die for, to say the least. It is a killer paint scheme. But yeah, guys, I somehow walked out with all this from a random flea market that I went to last second on a Thursday, because apparently that flea market goes from Thursday till Sunday. Went on Thursday, didn't go back Friday, went back Saturday with my girlfriend, and she ended up talking me into the Amtrak set. So, yeah, guys. Yeah, I have a problem. All of this followed me home. I mean, it's one of those, I still feel bad for what I paid for them, but also the guy just was like cutting good deals left and right, and it's one of those, like, I don't know. There's one of these sitting on eBay for $1,300, which is absurd if you ask me. This is a pretty engine, but not worth that much. Yeah. There will be full, I'll do videos on all these engines and sets individually. But guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. This has been definitely quite the flea market find. I think I've used up my luck for the year. I feel like that would definitely be an understatement. But guys, I hope you have enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.